Arik Gilbert, a five-star recruit. When you watch his film, go check it out on YouTube and look at his film. This guy, let me tell you a little bit about this guy. All right, 6'5", 248 pounds. All right, this guy is a rising senior. Okay, this is last year in high school. He's already 6'5", 245. I wrote down, here's my notes. He's a monster. He's big. He's tall, and he can catch the ball. You like my rhyme there? I like that. But when you watch the film, it's easy to see that this guy, when you're watching him, he's a tight end. He lines up as tight end. He's actually listed as an athlete on the recruiting board, but
Yeah.
the guy could easily be an outside receiver. 6'5", 248. I mean, this is the guy that you want. If you're throwing the ball to the tight end, this is the guy that you want. A lot of writers have said, hey, Clemson just needs to be quiet about him because he's not going to Clemson at all.
Yeah.
He's going to Georgia. He's a lock in Georgia. You mentioned it as well. So is it a stretch? Yeah, it's a stretch. Arik Gilbert is a stretch. But can you ignore him? Oh no, you can't ignore anybody in a 500-mile radius that looks like that.
Yeah.
All right. So he is big. He's strong. You watch 5 minutes of his film. He can catch the ball. He can go up over anybody. They actually had him at the 5-star challenge as well. And a lot of the experts that I was reading were saying that he could go up and catch the ball and get space against the top defenders in the nation. And so already being able to do that, he's going to be a big deal. He's going to be scary wherever he goes.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I actually watched the Huddle highlights. I always go to Huddle. They were kind of my go-to site for player highlights, and I think they had some old stuff on him because I didn't see a ton that YouTube had, but I mean, this guy, like you said, elite size, okay, elite athleticism. He plays some basketball, which I always like to hear. I think he's got the ability. If he wanted to play defensive end, he could probably do that. That may be why he's listed as an athlete because he plays both in high school. So I would imagine some schools are courting him as that. Obviously, Clemson would want him for the tight end position. On his film, he's just a completely different class of athlete than most of the guys he's played. As you said, he splits out wide sometimes at receiver, 6'5", 250. I mean, he just towers over everybody. One thing I noticed from his film, again, this may be old film that I'm watching on Huddle. I wasn't impressed with his route running. He really didn't do much of any route running. He just kind of strolled out there and was open because they're playing 100 yards off of him because he's this huge guy and this great athlete. He didn't really have to run good routes. Obviously, route running is the least of your concerns as in a high school receiver. You can teach him route running. That's no big deal. To me, anyways, you can't teach size, you can't teach the athleticism, you can't teach the hands, and that's the kind of stuff that he has. So he's definitely got all the makings of an elite tight end in college. And one thing I did notice on his film, super good blocker. Okay, in the run game, he really likes to be physical with his blocks. He'll block downfield. He'll block you even if the run's to the other side. Didn't see a lot of his pass blocking, so I can't really offer any insight there. But this guy definitely has what it takes to be the top tight end in the country, and hopefully he can get that SEC thought kind of out of his brain, come over to the national champs, and win big with us.
Yeah, I agree. I think that he would be a great piece to the puzzle, exactly what Clemson would want. It's been since Jordan Leggett really that they've had a tight end that could actually go out and catch the ball. You see a lot of him going up and getting the ball. You see a lot of him going deep. He can beat guys deep at that height and weight, no problem. So, like I said, he's definitely interchangeable between tight end and outside wide receiver. It's kind of crazy to think that if you had him with everybody else, I mean, he's basically another wide receiver and doesn't seem to be too bad at blocking as well. Tall though, so not tall and big like an offensive lineman, a little bit skinnier than an offensive lineman. But when you look at him, he's muscular for sure.